আর নেক্সট টাইম এই আইফোন বলে যে আইডিটা আসছে এটা বললে এটা লিখতে হবে না, তোমার নিজের আইডি তুমি নিজের নাম দিয়ে ক্রিয়েট করবে, ঠিক আছে? মানে তোমার নাম যেটা সেটা দিয়ে ক্রিয়েট করবে। আচ্ছা, তোমার ক্যামেরাটার সামনে এসো, নয়তো আমি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স দিতে পারবো না। কিন্তু সামনে এসো। স্কুল ইউনিফর্ম নেই কেন? ও আচ্ছা, বলছি স্কুল ইউনিফর্মে থাকতে হবে, ঠিক আছে? স্কুল ইউনিফর্ম না হলে মানে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা কিন্তু মার্ক করা হবে। বললে আমি চেঞ্জ করে দিতে হবে। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, আজকে না এখনো দেখা যাচ্ছে না। ঠিক আছে, আজকের দিনটা থাক, কিন্তু নেক্সট টাইম স্কুল ইউনিফর্ম। কুশান, কিপ ইওর ভিডিও ক্যামেরা অন। ঠিক আছে। কুশান, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ পাচ্ছি পাচ্ছি, দেখতে পাচ্ছি।
One second. You continue, Bobby.
Okay, now in the next aspect, we will be focusing on the decisive changes. Now, what were the changes which actually transformed our the pre-colonial culture to the new adopted cultures? So, what were the cultural practices? First of all, we have already made the division. First division, Sanskritization, then modernization, then secularization, and then the westernization. Okay, 4 of the practices that have been practiced in our society, so that the cultural practices or the cultural change was made through this. Now, right, Sanskritization, the new concept, Sanskritization.
রিপিট করো, স্পেলিং রিপিট করো ম্যাম।
Sanskritization, SANS KRITISATION. Sanskritization.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, this concept was coined by M.N. Srinivas. So, M.N. Srinivas, he was an eminent sociologist. Okay, M.N. Srinivas, write down, coined by M.N. Srinivas. Coined by M.N. Srinivas. Now, in this chapter, we will learn about two different definitions. Okay, different definitions of Sanskritization. So, what are the process? What are the concept of this process? First, write down definition 1. Definition 1. The process by which, Kushan, please hurry up. The process by which a lower caste or tribe takes over the customs, rituals, beliefs, ideology, and style of life of a a high and in particular twice born within bracket dvija DWIJA dvija caste, that is upper caste. Twice born or within bracket dvija caste. Then the next line write impact on language, literature. Just put a comma and then write language, literature, music, dance, drama, etc. Music, dance, drama, etc. Next bullet or next point, primarily a process that takes place within the Hindu community, although it was even visible, in sectors outside Hinduism. Okay, written? Okay, now Sanskritization, this concept is quite new to you. So this is the practice, it's a social ideology which was practiced in our society, and it was coined by whom? M.N. Srinivas. Okay, so what is it saying? That it is a process. It is a process by which a lower caste of tribe takes place over the customs, rituals, beliefs, ideology, and style. Basically, the lifestyle of the higher is a particular price point. Here, price point is considered as a major higher caste. Okay, basically, the concept is trying to say is the process by which the lower caste try to imitate the lifestyle of the upper caste. If they try to imitate, okay, imitate the the customs, the rituals, the beliefs, the ideology, their lifestyle, the higher lifestyle of the higher caste people. Okay, so basically this is the process of imitate. People try to imitate the higher caste, lower caste people. Now the impact is multi-sided. Okay, maybe in case of literature, okay, language, music, dance, drama, etc. Like in language, okay, the lower caste people, when the British people tried, they established the colony over India. Okay, so the linguistic change. Then I have to mention the linguistic change about the date during this time. The basic linguistic change. Okay, next is the literature. Okay, the fusion of literature, not the fusion, basically it completely changes the style of literature when it comes to the impact of Sanskritization. Music, okay, nowadays what is too much famous due to Sanskritization? BBA. Okay, so it is quite famous. Now, music, dance forms, okay, so And in the next point is written the primarily a process that takes place within the Hindu space. Okay, that means it was previously practiced only in the Hindu space or the Hindu community. Okay, because caste system that is very common from the very old age. Like four castes were there, Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya. Okay, but then all in the old nowadays it is very common. Also Hinduism it is very common. Okay, some of the other religions or the other social communities are there which are also practicing this type of systems or this type of practices, social practices, sanskritization. Okay, by which the lower caste and tribes imitate the other higher caste or the Vija caste. Now the second definition comes. Right, definition 2. Definition 2. Process by which people wants to improve their social status. People want to improve their social status. People want to improve their social status through adoption of names. Through adoption of names. And customs of highly placed groups. And customs of highly placed groups. Okay. Now this is definition 2. What is it saying? That it is the process. So what was the previous definition? When the lower class people try to imitate the rituals, beliefs of the higher. So what is the definition 2 saying? Then when the people want to improve their social status, in case of India that is very common that different people have different social status. Okay, in class 11 you have studied about aspirant status and achieved status. Try to remember that. Aspirant status that means your inborn status and achieved status that means which you will achieve. Okay, by putting your hard work. Now, how people want to improve their social status through the adoption of names and customs of highly placed groups. Again, highly placed groups are the highest caste people. So this is also the process of imitation, but here the motive or the aspiration is different. What do they want? They want the adoption or they want the higher social status in the by imitation. Now this is the definition 2. Nowadays it is very common. As an example, I can say that by hearing the name, you cannot say that the high caste people or the low caste people. By watching the surname, although that doesn't matter, that is another question. But by knowing the surname, you can easily, some of the people are there, you can easily categorize that particular person under a specific social group. Okay. Now, de-sanskritization. So these are the two definitions of sanskritization. Now, de-sanskritization. Next point, right? D-E, then sanskritization. De-sanskritization. Right? In regions where non-Sanskritic, in regions where non-Sanskritic castes were dominant. was their influence which was stronger, which was stronger. Semicolon, thus can be termed as desensitization. Thus can be termed as desensitization. Next slide, in the next slide, right? Example. Persian influence in Punjab. Persian influence in Punjab. Okay. Now, please turn your mic on. I want to know one thing. That is, whenever you add the word decolonization, decentralization, decentralization, what do you mean by that? Glenda, Anushka, Nirmala, Reform, Kushan, anyone answers from everybody? D. D-E. Here we have written decentralization. Okay. So when you are putting D before any word, so what does that mean? Just a minute. Glenda, yes?
Clearing something maybe like sensitization, so we clear it. It's not happening anymore.
Yes. Just the opposite of that. Opposite situation. Okay. Centralization, that means centering the power. Okay. Gathering the power is at the center. Decentralization, that means you are actually dividing the power into different organs. So that is the completely different thing. Now, sensitization and desensitization. Just the opposite scenario or the opposite case of sensitization, right? Now, desensitization is saying that in regions where non-Sanskritic castes were dominant, non-Sanskritic castes, that means the lower castes are dominant. Okay? So it was their influence which was stronger, that can be termed as desanskritization. Or here, in short, we can say the domination of the lower caste. Okay? Domination of the minority. Suppose, in our locality, okay, in our locality, 20% people they belong to minority caste and 80% they belong to ST. Now, if their dominance is stronger, that means minorities dominance is stronger. Whatever they are following, the minorities are following, the majorities are trying to imitate, or they are trying to adopt their rituals, their beliefs. Now, this will be desensitization. Understand the concept? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Or should I repeat? Desensitization. Start. Repeat. Okay. That means minorities, they are actually influencing the majority right. In case of sensitization, we will see that the majority, they are trying to dominate, the other one actually not dominate. The minorities or the lower caste trying to imitate the higher caste. Now it is desensitization. The higher caste, they are trying to imitate the rituals, the beliefs, the ideology of the lower caste. Okay. Now, this is the concept of sensitization or desensitization. Now comes to the next part. Obviously, every conception will be followed by one thing, that is criticism. Okay? Now, write down criticism. Number one, exaggerates social mobility, or you can write accelerates social mobility or scope of To move up the social ladder. To move up the social ladder. Number two, structural change. Structural change. But only positional change. But only positional change. Third, number three. Inequality continues to persist. Inequality continues to persist. Number four, accepts upper caste as superior. Accepts upper castes as superior. And lower caste as inferior. And lower caste as inferior. Sushmita ma'am is joining. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Ma'am, so I'm from which class you
Last class, Shilaj.
Thank you.
Okay, accepts upper caste as superior and lower caste as inferior. Right? Okay. Next, models rests on inequality. Model rests on inequality. And exclusion and exclusion. Models rests on inequality and exclusion. Okay. Next point, adoption of bad practices. Adoption of bad practices of upper castes. Adoption of bad practices of upper castes. Last point, erosion of Dalit culture. Erosion of Dalit culture. Okay. Now come to the part of criticism. Okay. What are the conclusion next is accept the upper caste as the superior and lower caste as the inferior. Obviously, when the lower caste people they are trying to imitate the upper caste people, that means you are trying to adopt the other upper caste people, the ideology, the belief, the ritual of the upper caste people. That means you are thinking they are superior, right? You are thinking they are superior. That is why you are trying to imitate. Okay. So in this case, that is why it is expected the process of sanskritization. It is basically defining or marking that the upper castes are superior, the lower castes are inferior. Now, model based on inequality and exclusion, obviously, inequality as we have done in the first one, inequality continues to persist, and also exclusion. That means some of the people, some of the category, they are excluded, excluded or they are deprived of some of the opportunities. Okay, maybe in workplace, maybe in a family also. Okay, so exclusion and inequality is always there. Next is adoption of the bad practices of the upper caste. Sometimes it can be said that when the lower caste people try to imitate they try to adopt the upper caste, the beliefs, the ideology of the upper caste. In some cases, they have already adopted the bad practice of that upper caste. Okay, that bad practice that has been practiced over a long time in the upper caste, and the lower people in the process of sanskritization, they have already adopted this bad practice within them. Okay. Now the next point, last one, erosion of Dalit culture. Okay, erosion of Dalit culture. You know the Dalit people. Dalit people. Any idea? Yes. Basically the lower caste, the lowest caste people. So Dalit culture, the erosion of Dalit culture. Basically, this is actually eroding. So this is nowadays on the extinct version, that means Dalit culture could not exist in a society. That is a crime. It is like this. Okay, this aspect, this is created with the adoption of sanskritization. Okay. Now here the question will arise. Now please write down the question. Okay, criticism. All the criticism start here. Okay. Now write down the question. One question is there. What happened with the rise of? What happened with the rise of? What happened with the rise of anti-Brahminical movement? Anti-Brahminical movement. Anti-Brahminical movement. Now the answer we will do on the next day. Now please try to understand the question. What happened with the rise of anti-Brahminical? So due to excessive sanskritization, obviously we will see a negative impact of that. So anti-Brahminical, that means when the Brahmin people they were trying to dominate the lower caste. So after a certain point, after getting deprived for so long, the rise of anti-Brahminical movement was there. Okay, when the lower caste people they didn't try to imitate the upper caste, rather they go for the revolution, the movement for the anti-Brahminical. Okay, now this answer we will go on the next class as we have come to the end of our class. Okay, this book is 15. Any doubt? If you have any doubt, any question, we will discuss it on the next class. Okay?
Yes.
Now let me go. Thank you.
Okay.
हो गया।
हाँ भाई भी बोल दो कि लास्ट टाइम अच्छा लगा होगा।
आपको मेरा ऑनलाइन क्लास में लाइव स्ट्रीम अच्छा लगा होगा।
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करने बोल दो।
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना। इस गर्मी का वजह से फिर से ऑनलाइन स्टार्ट हो गया, जैसे कोविड में हुआ करता था।
तो हर रोज क्लास के समय लाइव स्ट्रीम होगा, है ना?
थर्ड में के बाद होगा हमारा सर्टिफिकेशन, फिर उसके बाद है बिग सरप्राइज, बिग अनाउंसमेंट बाद में करेंगे आप।